and welcome to part 14. We have finally reached the end of the underbelly of the ship. We're going to be doing the final parts now, and after this one we'll be moving on to the decks. So if you've got this far, well done, give yourself a pat on the back, you've done brilliantly. So in this part we're going to be putting in the P bulkhead, as that was requested by somebody. The switchboard in the turbine engine room, as well as the propellers. And also we're going to be doing, well, at least making a start on the ladder that leads up to the fake funnel. The email address that's on screen right now, you can use to send screenshots or short videos of your Titanics. If you've changed any designs or anything like that, just make sure that you say in the email that we have permission to use either the image or the video, because I don't want to get slammed with anything later on. So yeah, definitely make sure you give us permission written down in the email. The reason for that is because we might just put a video together, showing different people's things, how they've built it and things like that. And so that's why we need the permission to use it. So with all that babble out of the way, let's make a start. So we're going to start with the P bulkhead. So you're going to want to come right to the back of your ship. And what you're going to want to do is count 14 blocks back. Excuse me. And that's where your bulkhead's going to sit. For now though, we're only going to take it up to F deck, because we haven't put the decks in above yet. We're not sure if it's going to mess with any of the design just yet, so we may bring that up a little bit further if it doesn't clash with anything that we've already put in. So for now, just take it up to the block that's underneath the flooring for F deck. This wasn't in our original Titanic. We've put it in because somebody requested for it. You know, historical accuracy and all that. So, and like I've said many times, we really don't mind adding things in at all, so long as it doesn't clash with the design that we've done. Hence why we're putting in the switchboard room, well, the platform, in a completely different place to where we originally put it, because we've had a look at the schematics and we did get the location wrong. It did kind of look like it was in a room. I can't remember which deck it was. It might possibly be F deck. So we're going to have to rejig that a little bit when we get to that point, because obviously the switchboard won't be there anymore. But we'll get that solved for you, don't worry. So that's going in the turbine engine room now. And we'll be doing that in this video. And we're going to do the ladder to the fake funnel, which we also didn't put in the original. But it probably wouldn't have been long before someone asked about it, so we thought we'd just get on with it and just get it in. So next, your propeller's going to be coming through. I accidentally put it a block higher than it should have been. So I think it needs to be the third block up and not the fourth. How many did I do it by? It looks like I did it on the fifth block up, which is too high. I think it's the fourth block up, actually. So this one's going to be like a little higher than the rest of the propellers. Hence why the support is so much more longer. I should have realised at that point, really. But I didn't. Oh well. As long as you get it right, that's all that matters. The doorway you can do directly underneath it if you want. You can pretty much put the doorway wherever you want, to be honest. It really doesn't matter in these rooms. There's nothing except the propellers running through anyway in these bits. So you're literally just going to have your propellers running through and then a bit of lighting if you want it in there, and that's it, we're done. Hence why this episode is going to be so short. Because it's just quick details, really. Right, so we're going to put the Orlop deck in. So it's a 4 block gap below G deck. and these are going in both of your propeller shaft rooms. So the room that's leading on from the dynamo room that we did in the last video, you want to do that in this room. Excuse me, and the room next to it. That cold has got a lot to answer for. My voice has not been right since. So I am very sorry for the amount of noises that come through on these videos since then. My voice just hasn't been right since. Which isn't a good thing when you're trying to do something like this. Okay, so that's that one. And then you just want to do it here as well. So make sure there's a 4 block gap under G deck. And then you're just going to do your outline for your Orlop deck. Yeah, if you've gotten this far, then you've done brilliantly, and you've had a lot of patience as well. So well done for getting this far if you've been following me since the start. I know some of you haven't quite started the project yet. But I hope the tutorial so far has been easy to follow and fun as well. I mean, I know the episodes with Will are a lot more fun than when I'm on my own. I do know that. It's so much easier when you've got someone to bounce off. You can have a bit of a laugh. It's always nice. We don't need to bother with the Orlop deck in the last bit. So next is the propellers. I'll just take these signs out because I don't need them. So the first one is going to be, well, the 3rd block or the 2nd block from the door. Including the block above the door, it's the 3rd block. But you can see anyway. And to the left it's the 10th block. You're just going to run that through. And to the right it will be the 15th block. Same again, you're just going to run those all the way through. And then you're just going to put your supports on them. You can pretty much place these wherever you want. There's no specific design to it. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to you. I think I only put 2 in on each one on this. But like I said, just put it where you think it looks right. Hence why I haven't counted in from anywhere. Just randomly place them. So the email address that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are really curious to see if anyone's changed anything, or just the texture pack that you're using, just seeing all of this in different texture packs. So I really would appreciate people sending images through, or maybe a short video. We may either just include little snippets in the tutorial videos, or we'll just make a dedicated video showing these things off, so that yours can be seen and stuff like that. So definitely feel free to send something through. The reason why I've asked for you to say it in the email, to give us permission, is because I don't know if I really need your permission to use it. I think that I do. I just don't want to take any risks. So that's the reason for that. But yeah, we'd absolutely love to see how you're getting on. And like I said, if you've changed anything, because I mean, some of the things we've done, you might have felt like you could do better or slightly different, and we're just curious to see it. We won't be mad for anybody changing anything, that's fine. Because I've followed tutorials before. It's like Richlarousse's tutorials, for example. I didn't use the lifeboat design that he did. Me and Will did a completely different design on it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind that we changed the lifeboat design. So we won't mind if you do either. We're just really curious to see. So next we are going to do the next room. As you can see, the propellers run straight through properly. So same again in this room, including the door above, the block above the door. It's the third block to the right. That's going to be your middle one. And as you can see, the ones to the left and the right are really close to the red bit, so they're really not going to be long in this one. I think that was 11. Just make sure that it's the second block from the red bit. So I don't think those bits actually need supports on them. I think it's just the middle bits that I put supports on in this one. Like I said, just make sure it's the second block from the red bit. Did I mark that up wrong? No, it's fine. I mean, these propellers aren't going to match up, I don't think, with the propellers on the outside. Because it's just not possible, really, to be honest. I mean, Minecraft's a pain in the butt for that. Sometimes you just can't line stuff up properly for it to look right. But from the outside of the ship, you'll never know, and when you're inside the ship, you'll never know. So, it's fine. And the doorway, I know I didn't really say, just the second block from the middle propeller, I suppose. Well, like I said, you can place your doors anywhere, to be honest. What was it that I was doing here? I think this is where I realised the propeller was too high, but like I said, it doesn't matter on my side. As long as you get it right on your side, that's fine. I actually remembered to put the doors on in this one. I know I've been forgetting those lately. It's fine. Oh, did I not put the door on? Ah, yes, I did. I'm just being lazy. There we go. Like I said, you can add some lighting in there if you like, or, excuse me, you can just leave them dark. It is entirely up to you. But that's P bulkhead and the propellers all sorted now. So what we're going to be doing next is can't speak. The ladder. Well, we're going to start the ladder that goes up to the fake funnel. We can't really fully put it in yet because we haven't got the rest of the ship in yet, and we're going to do the switchboard as well, so that's coming up next. So what we're going to be doing first is the fake funnel ladder, and it's going to be in the turbine engine room. Both the funnel ladder and the switchboard is going to be in the turbine engine room. So what you want to be doing is going to the bulkhead that leads to the reciprocating engine room, and that's where we're going to be starting this next bit. If you just take a quick look at what I've got in my hotbar, pause it if you need to, just make sure you grab the same blocks. I think I initially was going to count up from the door, but all you need to do is make sure that this platform is in line with the outline for G-deck. It's right there. So it's in line with G-deck. Then you're going to go, I think it's 4 to the left. Yep, 4 to the left, and I think 8 to the right. Yep. And then you just want that to be 5 out, including the block that you've already put in. That needs to be 5 altogether. Just like that. It's just going to be a bit of a platform, really. And whether this is what it looked like on the real Titanic, I have no idea, because there just isn't any pictures of it. And what you want to do as well is the middle blocks, if you can identify where they are. You want to bring those out by an extra 2, and it's going to be 3 wide. When I decide to move, of course. anytime. There we go. So on the 7th block from the left, you want to just make 3 more blocks and pull them out by 2. I know that doesn't really look central, so maybe the 6th block. That looks a little bit better. If you've got a bit of OCD going on, I think you can afford to change it a little bit. The ladder is the 2nd block from the door. You just want to run that up, just so you can get to the platform at the top. So that's that bit in, nice and easy. And then you're just going to do this on the extra 2 that you pulled out, and that's going to be the start of the ladder going up. We're just going to leave it there for now because, like I said, we haven't got the rest of the ship in yet. So, and this wasn't in the original, so we need to make sure it's not going to clash with anything. It doesn't look like it's going to clash with anything, but we just need to make sure it lines up properly later on. You can put some fences there as well. Maybe put some lanterns on the wall up there. And then underneath, we'll just fill it in a bit more. Make it look a bit better supported. Really quick and easy to put in is this, and it doesn't mess with the design of the turbine engine room. If anything, it adds to the detail in there. I quite like it. So 2 slabs there, and then just run some support down. You don't have to use diorite, it's entirely up to you. It's your Titanic. I think I was looking for the diorite block here. I ended up not finding it. And I don't think I could be bothered tapping it in either. I think I just gave up eventually. Because I just wanted to change the block underneath that. Just to make it look a bit better. That's that. Then underneath, just run some slabs across. It just makes it look a bit more supported and like it's not just a platform just hanging there in the air. You can put some more supports there as well if you wish. Like I said, it doesn't mess with the design of the room, so it's fine. Oh, that's those going in now. We're actually really nearly done with this now. And that'll be the switchboard. Yeah, we're definitely really grateful for people pointing things out, because we didn't realise that the switchboard was in the wrong location, and we would have got you to put it in the wrong location as well, so I'm very grateful for that that comment that came through about the switchboard. So the switchboard's going to be on the opposite wall, but it's going to be in line with G deck again. So we'll get started on that in a moment. Okay, so again, in line with G deck, but on the opposite wall. We're going to do this all the way across the wall, the bulkhead wall, but you need to pull it out by 5. And then just run that all the way across. Again, I don't know if this is exactly what the switchboard looks like on the original, but there's just some things I don't think we'll ever know, to be honest. So what we're building now is the bit in the film where the guy gets electrocuted, and that's when the lights go out on the Titanic before it splits. That's what we're building here now. So there does seem to be some like big pipes running through, but I didn't put them in because there was just nowhere to put them in, to be honest. The ladder's the 2nd block from the left, and it'll be the same on the right as well. 2nd block in from the right. Like I said, these are nice and easy and quick to put in. And we'll be finally moving on to the decks after this video. We got there in the end. Just run a railing all the way across. There we go. Right. So for this next bit, you're going to want a grindstone, a lever, a button, and a black block. So make sure you've got those ready. So the grindstone is going to go the second block from the ladder. And then you're going to put a railing in between. And then 3 black blocks. 3 by 3. Then iron bars again. And the grindstones again. Iron bars. And I think at this point I shouldn't have put the 3 by 3 in there. I do come back and change that, so just I would pause it, well not pause it at this point, but watch without building, because I did do a little bit of a mistake in the middle. It's easy to sort, but there's no point you building it in just to change it again. So we'll have a look at the finished result in a minute, because I got to the other side where the ladder is on the right and I realised, you know, why isn't it matching up? It should be that mirror image really all the way across, and it just wasn't lining up. Yes, it was at this point. You should finish with a grindstone next to the ladder, you see, and I hadn't. So the mistake was in the middle. As you can see, I'm like, well, what have I done wrong? Why is it not matching up? So I went back to the other Titanic on my PS4 and had a look to see what I'd done wrong. And what it is, there's 2 grindstones in the middle as opposed to 1. So let's take that bit out. Should be a rail going there. Any second now. There we go. And there should be another grindstone. Yep. Just take the rest out. Well, you shouldn't have to take anything out because hopefully you didn't fill in the rest up to that point. Using ladders again instead of railing. I've done that before. So yeah, one thing me and William are really good at in this tutorial is saying how simple something is, but still finding a way to mess it up. You must have infinite patience to follow this tutorial. Just stick with me, please. Not doing too bad for my tutorial, I don't think. My first tutorial. I mean, most people start off with something simple, not something like the interior for the Titanic. So I know I've done a lot of yapping there and you might have lost track of where I've put stuff, but I think I do zoom out so you could just pause it at that point and then fill it in. Yep, there we go. So I'll pause it here and just put it in that way before we carry on. Because next we're going to put like the buttons on and stuff like that, just add a bit of extra detail to it. So you want your levers in the middle and the buttons on the top and the bottom. Nice and simple. So that's those in. And I just added some buttons on the side walls as well here, just to give it a bit of extra detail really. Didn't want it looking too bare. And then you probably going to want some lighting up here as well. So that's the switchboard in for the most part now. Minus a bit of lighting. We're just going to do a bit of support underneath. Run your slabs all the way here. I hate working with slabs because you can't just run them across. I absolutely despise them. That's that bit. So I'll just, on the ends, I just double checked to make sure it wasn't going to mess with the turbine engine at all, and then you can just run your supports down. And then, like I said, it's just a case of putting in some extra lighting if you want it. And then that's the switchboard done. So I told you this was a really nice, easy part. Just putting some final details in. Because we are done with the underbelly of the ship for now, apart from coming back to do that ladder later on. Much later on. I think we'll be nearly finished with the ship pretty much by the time we actually finish that ladder off. And we will be going back into one of the boiler rooms later on as well, because we've got to make room for the pool. But yeah, that's it. The underbelly is done and dusted with. Congratulations for getting this far. Now you've got the lovely task of just filling the floors in above each room, which is going to be fun, and I am also going to do off camera. So yeah, all done. So now we're on to the decks after this. And that's what it looks like now. So you're just going to fill the deck in that's above that room. So some rooms it will be what G deck where you fill it in. The other ones will be like Orlop deck. Just make sure it's the flooring that's directly above the room that you've done. So in the next part we are finally moving on to the decks. So again, well done for getting this far. I look forward to seeing you in the next part. So bye for now. I'll catch you then.